Hi guys. I was only going to be making a couple videos today, but when things happen in the crypto space, a lot of things happened. And right now we are seeing the price of USDT, a non-algorithmic stablecoin, kind of depegging, not as bad as UST, but it's not as good, guys. So in this video, we're going to be exploring what's going on, why is it depegging, and will it crash the same way as UST? If so, what can we do? So let's get started. So if you have been paying attention, after the crash of UST, the price of USDT, the non-algorithmic stablecoin, kind of depegged initially, but then they came out with a statement: we are not an algorithmic stablecoin. Don't worry, we can fulfill every order where you want to claim real US dollars for your USDT. So that kind of assured people, but not so much, guys, because the peg isn't working extremely well. I mean, it seems that they're working on that peg and it's working better than UST, but we're still seeing it depeg. So I have the information for you. Why is it happening? And then towards the end of this video, we're going to be exploring what you can do and trying to define or trying to be more clear about where we're going with USDT. Before we get there, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, and before we get there again, I have a video for you on the safest stablecoins out there. I'm going to place the link over there, so if you want to watch that and try to make your USDT safer, there's a video for you. So let's go to the browser and kind of see how the depeg is going. And it's not a huge depeg, but still those are bad signs. So here's the browser. And yeah, we see normally the USDT price compared to USD is in this upper range between 0.998 and 1.001. So that's basically a peg. I mean, that's like a 0.001% depeg, in each direction. So it's not bad. But then we started seeing a downtrend here. I mean, it's ever so slight, but still it's a downtrend. You can see it going back down and then started to go further down. And this was even before the Terra Luna debacle. So it went as low as 0.996. So that's already considerable, guys. Remember, guys, this is not a volatile token or a coin. This is a stable coin, so this is not supposed to happen. I mean, we had an uptrend here, but it only lasted for a couple hours, and then we went back down, and then we started kind of going up and down between 999 and 1, which is, I mean, just tolerable. But then the Terra debacle happened, and we saw the USDT depeg and go all the way down here. Look, guys, further down, further down, further down, all the way to 0.94. So that's a 6% fall, and that's strong in the stablecoin, guys. I mean, it's almost the inflation rate in the US, or that's what you could expect to earn and not lose in a US bank in around 30 years. So you lost in one day what you could expect to earn in a bank in the US in 30 years. So that's a steep decline, guys. Remember, this is not Bitcoin, this is not BNB. So I went back down and then it went back up to 0.996. Still, this is not so good. And it's been going up and down, up and down. And it's kind of getting a repeg here. But here's the news I want to share with you. And this is from the past video. Sorry, let's try to find that website. Here's the piece of news I wanted to share with you, and it starts with USDT investors have pulled out of USDT 7 billion in less than a week. Now, 7 billion is a lot, guys, and here's the issue. As you can see in this graph, this is the market cap of USDT, which means the total amount of dollars invested in this token, and we can see the decline from 75.6 billion all the way down to 74. But this piece of news, and this might not be entirely accurate, sometimes let's see, let's go back to 7 days. Now we see the steep decline. So we were at $83 billion and now we're at $75 billion. So this is bad, guys. I mean, and it's not every day that you come up upon this amount of money. So the piece of news tells us that Tether is now taking a hit. It used to be UST, now that's done for, and now it's Tether. The world's largest stablecoin has seen investors pull out $7 billion amid the ongoing crypto crash. So this is, in other words, this is a bank run. You know, a lot of banks go broke when there's a bank run, when there's a lot of people going to the bank and telling the bank teller, I want my savings back in cash, and I'm going to take them and put them under the mattress in my house, or whatever you want to store them. And then sometimes banks do not have enough cash to pay everyone who is going to the bank and requesting their money back. So this is when banks go broke and everyone else who didn't claim their money will lose the money. So supposedly, and then there's that video I just pointed out to about the safest stablecoins, but supposedly USDT has around 65% of the US dollars they represent in the blockchain covered by real cash, like hard cash. So if you go to, let's say, USDT, where a bank, if you went with them and you wanted your US dollars, 65% of the people will get their dollars back, and the remainder of those guys getting in line trying to get their money back will not get the money back right away. They have to wait until USDT does certain transactions to get the money back and then pay this other people. But then that creates a harder problem because that erodes the trust in the stablecoin. So this is not a US dollar, guys. This is USDT. So it's a representation, a token of real dollars. So if trust is lost in the peg, then we're back at what happened with UST, because whatever the mechanism of UST was, it was the trust that it would hold the peg that had UST become close to $1, like pegged to $1 for most of the time. The moment it lost the trust, people took that money away, and then we saw the price of that token go down to 9 cents on $1. So do I think this is going to be happening to Tether? We probably will not be going to 9 cents, but there's a possibility that we could go to 65 cents, which is the amount of hard cash that USDT has. Now, let's continue reading. The market circulation of Tether, also known as USDT, has dropped from $83 billion, which we just saw on that graph, on May 11th to around $76 billion on Tuesday, according to CoinMarketCap. So we just actually saw that on the graph. The decline coincided with a crash of another major stablecoin, UST, we know that, and its sister cryptocurrency Luna. Okay, fair. But Tether Operations Limited, the company behind USDT, that has close ties to Bitfinex crypto exchange, and Bitfinex is not the exchange known for its transparency, stressed that the withdrawals did not signal a run on the bank. We just talked about how banks go broke with bank runs. Of course, they say that it's not a signal of a run on the bank scenario, as observers, including Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, characterized the UST collapse. So Janet Yellen, the Treasury Secretary, where US dollars are basically created and then printed by the Fed, she said that the collapse of UST was a bank run, but this does not mean that Janet Yellen said, oh, but USDT is safe. It's just Bitfinex and the company saying we are not UST. And of course, they're not UST. This is not algorithmic, but it does not mean that a bank run could happen or not happen. It continues. Tether has faced allegations of not having sufficient cash reserves to back the stablecoin. And not only allegations, they actually state this in the reports. They say they have 65%, around 65% of their reserves in hard cash. The rest of it is corporate debt, treasury debt, and other instruments, which you will be able to find in that video I mentioned. And I'm going to place a link to that video also in the description of this video. Last year continues, Tether and Bitfinex agreed to pay an $18.5 million fine to settle a New York State Attorney General probe, which accused the two companies of a cover-up to hide the apparent loss of $850 million of commingled client and corporate funds. So they were fined for not being transparent, which we just said a moment ago. Are they transparent already after this fine? No, guys, not at all. They don't have this external audit going on like every 3-4 weeks. That doesn't happen yet. They said they were willing to do that, and when that happens, I will change my mind on how safe this coin is. But so far, as I expressed in that video, it's my less favorite stablecoin, non-algorithmic stablecoin. And there are alternatives, and I won't express all that information in this video because there's already that video for you in that link. But my thoughts, will USDT depeg? There's a low probability that it will happen. It will potentially go down. I mean, it will not completely depeg as USD. It will not crash. It will potentially depeg, and the more money is taken away from USDT and probably taken into other stablecoins, the more possible it is that they will reach the threshold where they will not have hard cash to pay the remainder of people in that line. I hope that it does not happen. I think there's a lot of people who are not aware of what's going on with USDT, what the money hard cash level is behind USDT. So, but people like you and I and people watching the videos I make for you guys know the reality of things. My conclusion, I rarely have USDT. Like, I will use USDT to invest into protocols and other tokens, but I do not hold my big reserves in USDT because it's my least favorite stablecoin, because it's the riskier version of stablecoins, non-algorithmic stablecoins, in my opinion. Guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I did work in the banking industry. I hold a master's in financial markets, but I'm not a guru. I'm not a crystal ball reader. However, I think one needs to protect their money, and the best way to protect it is to put in the less riskier assets. I hope this video was useful to you so you can make the best decisions on where to store your stable coins. If this was useful, do like this video, and do not forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to keep getting more information about how to protect your money, how to grow it, and how to create more money with crypto and the blockchain. See you in the next video. Bye-bye now.